Hey friends, over the past few weeks I filmed a lot of my writing sessions so I could show you guys where I am in the process of completing the first draft of my fantasy fairy tale retelling. In this video we're going to be talking a lot about plot points and ups and downs of the writing process and things that I do to help me get writing. But before we start that, I want to remind everybody that the Discord server for the Hunger Games reread is still open for anybody to join until the March 18th release of Sunrise on the Reaping. It's totally okay if you can't read all or any of the books until then. Honestly, just come over to talk about your favorite parts of the series and your predictions for the new book coming out. Now, on to the writing vlog. Hi guys, it's first day of my writing vlog, trying to finish the first draft of my fantasy fairy tale retelling. I actually only have about an hour to write today. I was supposed to have 2, but some things came up. I have about 6 chapters left, and I don't know how soon I'm actually going to get all of those done. I do pray before I write, so let me do that real quick. And something else I do is I pick a playlist to listen to. I usually do that on my phone, but I'm filming on my phone. Today I'm using this fairy tale playlist that I found on YouTube. It looks like it's a lot of Disney music. That'll kind of help me set the vibe. I already have this chapter outlined, so I'm just going to be kind of referring to the rough sketch to get us to the kind of like climax, so like the beginnings of the final battle scene. It's cool. It's cool. Okay, that was a little over an hour and I got almost 1,300 words, so I'm pretty happy with that. And I left in a pretty good place, so I know that, I know exactly where I want to start tomorrow. I'm kind of in that first draft blah, where it's just like, I know that none of this is good and I don't want anybody reading this, but I just need to get the story onto paper. It's remarkable how long that takes. It is literally Wednesday of the next week. Tuesday, I just didn't really have it in me to film, and I've been writing for almost an hour now, and I just got so caught up in the story that I, again, forgot to film. I am actually in the middle of kind of the, we'll call it, game-changing moment of the climax of the story, and I'm really, really enjoying it and excited. That's what I'm going to be working on today. Blocked out about 3 hours to write today, so I've got about 2.5 hours left. Crazy things are happening. Lots of points are just materializing before my eyes. I mean, not exactly I am typing them, but it's wild over here. Okay, so I made it all the way through the chapter I was working on, and so I think I got between 2,500 and 3,000 words, which is 5,000 words for this week, which is pretty good. The main character just did something super self-sacrificial, that kind of undermines what they had been wanting for themselves throughout the entire story for the sake of the greater good and saving everybody, That was wild. That was wild to write. I had it in my outline, so I knew it was coming, but I just, wow. And I also wanted to share with you guys a kind of way to beat writer's block that I've been working on. It's some advice that I've heard from some other writers, basically get to the end of your scene and stop before you actually get to the end. That way when you come back, you have you know exactly where you're going to start, and so that will kind of give you some momentum. I struggle really hard with that because I like to finish things, and I like for things to feel finished before I move on. So what I've actually been doing is I've been finishing the chapter, and then I've been writing just a little bit of the next chapter and leaving it in kind of an open-ended moment, so then I still have that momentum when I come back. It actually has really helped me in my past few writing sessions. I probably won't be finishing the first draft in this vlog, but I will be finishing it at the end of this month, which is pretty cool. Hi everyone. So this video is definitely going up late. I just want to go ahead and apologize to everybody for that. I had a really rough week, just to be honest, and I needed to take some time off for my mental health, so it has been, I think, over a week, maybe a whole week since I wrote anything, definitely longer than that since I filmed. We are approaching the end of February. It'll probably be the last day of February that this video goes up, but I am about to get onto about a 3-hour writing sprint that I'm really looking forward to. We're still in the middle of the action. I'm feeling good, but also a little intimidated because it's I have so much that I have to pack into this, and I know I'm gonna have time for edits. The first draft is never good, but it's what if I do it wrong, or what if I don't set it up well, or it's just also probably gonna be hard. So yeah, a lot of those feelings going into this. I am getting started on that right now, and I will update you guys when I'm done. Okay, so I just finished a chapter, and I had to make some really hard decisions on behalf of the characters. Yeah, that was a rough write. But I am going to take a short break and then continue. I have about an hour left. But I did want to show you guys something. Almost 65,000 words. That honestly is kind of amazing. I was just thinking as I was writing where the story started and how far I brought it, and this is like my second book that I'm bringing into the world, and yeah, so definitely feeling some writer pride, but also just some deep sadness over some of the things that I had to put my characters through, but we move forward. I didn't actually end up writing that much more yesterday. I was way more like emotionally affected by the events of the chapter that I wrote than I expected. And so I took some time off just to kind of ease into the evening, got to spend some time with my family, and now I'm getting back to it. But I'm going to be dealing with the aftermath of the events of the chapter that I wrote. So I usually try to do 3 hours, which I'm actually kind of learning maybe isn't all that feasible of a writing sprint. Like, I'm thinking maybe starting to like break all of those up into 2 hours, 1 hour, 1.5 hour blocks, and like just having more of them throughout the week. So I'm going to be looking into how to do that when I make my schedule for next week. But I'm kind of only planning on spending 2 hours max, just to, you know, be able to really put my best foot forward with what I'm writing in the follow-up to, you know, kind of the like big turning point of the book, because it is all very like emotionally involved. So that's what I'm doing today. I will keep you guys updated. So for people who also make writing vlogs, does anybody else just kind of get over filming yourself writing? I don't know what it is, but it's like I don't want my, especially for me, I film with my phone, and it's just like I don't want my phone to be occupied by doing that, and I don't want to have to like constantly sit in somewhere like I can prop the phone up. I just kind of want to write. So that's why you're not seeing as many videos of me writing later in this vlog. I'm just kind of getting tired of that. The past few days have not gone as planned. I am getting to like the tail end of my workday today, and I have some reading that I want to do, and I was supposed to do a good deal of writing today, but my house just desperately needed me to catch up on the cleaning. I am sort of in a process of reorienting my schedule to work better for me and catching up on things that I've needed to do. And so today it was cleaning my house, and writing kind of took a backseat to that. Right now I have 15 minutes to write, and that is something that I think I've learned for the past few weeks and making this vlog, is that if you have 15 minutes to write, because writing for 15 minutes is better than writing for 0. And I hope that that's going to lead to more productive days in the future. 15 minutes, and I will let you guys know how many words that ends up being. Thanks everybody for watching. For regular updates on my writing journey, you can subscribe to my newsletter on the Journey with Poe.Darcy. There, I send out monthly writing updates, book recommendations, and anecdotes from my personal life. Over the next few months, I'm going to be sending out updates for my beta reading process for my YA contemporary manuscript, so you definitely don't want to miss that. The link to sign up is linked in the description of this video and in my bio. You can also find me on Instagram and TikTok at Poe.Darcy.Author. On those platforms, I post writing advice, book rants, and sketches. Also, on March 21st, I'm going to be posting a writer Q&A. Basically, just you can ask me any questions about the writing process, any writing advice that you're looking for that maybe I haven't covered, or just any writing related questions, and I will do my best to answer them in that video. So you can go ahead and comment on this video. I'm also going to be posting a short on here and videos on my socials, basically asking for questions for that. So I'll round up all the questions and yours might be included in the video. Thank you again for joining me on the journey today, friends, and I'll see you next time.